Hi everyone, this is Von Hoon. I'm 26 here. It's time for another video. I'm going to be reviewing the first chapter of the brand new series in Weekly Shonen Jump called World Trigger. This will be reviewing the first chapter and my first impressions of the series. I really enjoyed this first chapter, so I'm going to probably be doing weekly chapter reviews each week as the series continues. It's a story done by Asahara Daisuke. I'm sorry, that's probably wrong. I don't speak Japanese, obviously. Truth be told, I don't really know a lot about manga or manga artists because I don't read a lot of it, so I'm not quite sure if he's done another well-known work or not. If he has, please feel free to comment in the comment section below telling me what it is. I might check it out because I'm liking this one so far. Now, the name of the series is basically what really caught my attention at first because, like, a couple weeks ago they started another series called One Punch Man, and that just seems like a super silly title, and that with the artwork just turned me off. I mean, for me to get into a manga series, it has to be interesting and catch my attention right away, and this series managed to do that quite well. One of the things I enjoyed the most about this first chapter is that it did not take an entire chapter just for us to get a simple idea of what this plot is going to be about. Right away, it starts off by telling us basically what it's going to be about. We learned that the story is set in a place called Mikado City, and that one day a dimensional rift between worlds opened up, and that terrifying creatures called neighbors appeared. They trampled upon the city, causing terror until a mysterious group of people showed up and repelled them. These people set up a base right away and came simply to be known as Border. But basically that's right, plain and simple, right away. You can pretty much understand that the series is about the fight against the neighbors by the organization called Border. Nothing super convoluted about that, I mean, which, as far as I'm concerned, is a giant plus in its favor right now. Because I don't know about you, but me, if I don't know what the series is about by the end of the first chapter, then I'm probably not going to keep reading it. The series does, and rightly should, get more complicated as it goes on, but it should start out simple enough. And this one did that very well, so thumbs up so far. Now, 4 years pass, during which time the people of Mikado City become accustomed to the occasional giant monster attacks because the border protects them. Even so, I find it kind of funny that an entire city can just learn to completely ignore the fact that giant monsters occasionally attack them, but I'll give that to the author for now. So our premise has now been set up. We know basically what the series is going to be about, so of course now we can meet our main character, right? Now, Osamu is one of our main characters. He's a young boy who wears glasses now. Osamu is one of the main characters in the series where they fight interdimensional monsters, so of course he's courageous, he's brave, he's powerful, he's strong. He's the guy all the girls want, all the guys want to be him. He's just the tops, right? No. He's a complete and total wimp and nerd and one of the school's favorite punching bags. Now, his class is abuzz because there's news that a new transfer student is coming in today, and we already know that Osamu is more sidekick than hero, so this other kid must be the main character. He must be our badass character. He has to be our hero, right? Except our transfer student is a young boy about the age of 15 with white hair who's entirely too short to be 15. But you really shouldn't let his appearance fool you, because on the way to school, Yuma Kuga was hit by a car and got out without a scratch on him. Actually, the car got more damage than he did. So we know he is not a wimp like Osamu. But of course, because he's a new kid in class, the bullies want to pick on him. And they throw balled up pieces of paper at the back of his head, and he's saying that it's a greeting. Well, Yuma wants to go back and say hello himself, so he picks one back up and throws it at the face of the bully, hitting him. 5 minutes in, and he's already made enemies of the school bullies. Congratulations. Now at this point, we've pretty much gotten a good idea about the main character's personalities. Osamu, while wimpy, seems to have an extremely strong sense of morality and what's right and wrong, and he always does what's right, apparently. Yuma had this special ring that he wore that the teachers wanted him to remove, but Osamu stood up for him, saying that it could be like a family heirloom, which Yuma agrees that it is from his father. He actually seems to be known as the White Knight in school, and not because all the girls think he's dreamy either. Yuma, on the other hand, is the complete polar opposite from Osamu. He's confident, arrogant, and completely unconcerned with the consequences of his actions, which is made extremely evident when just mere moments after leaving school, the bullies come up and When they try to gang up on Yuma, Osamu sticks up for him, and they beat him up. And Yuma acts as if he's completely bored with life. They eventually grow tired of pounding Osamu into the dirt, and decide that they're going to attack Yuma now. So one of the bullies comes at him with a stick. Yuma effortlessly blocks the blow and slams his foot down on the bully's foot and breaks his leg. Effortlessly. All the while looking like he's bored with life. Now this is where you really get the idea that, oh, he's more than he seems, this young white-haired kid. What's up with kids with white hair? I don't know, but he begins to express a rather intimidating look, but at that moment, sirens go off because it appears that a neighbor is attacked right in their location, which was an off-limits location to begin with, but they went there because they knew it wasn't abandoned and no one would come, you know? Now, because the bully's leader's foot got all banged up, he isn't able to escape, so the giant creature, the neighbor, as we know it to be right now, actually tries to eat him, and it has him in his mouth. Now, this is where I really have to hand it to Osamu. He really does what's right, because he says that even though they're his enemies, that they don't like him, he's going to help him. Now, he takes something out of his pocket and yells, "Trigger." Now, you know this is important because, of course, the title's known World Trigger, so, you know, this must be it. This must be their powers. And it is, because a blade of some kind appears, and Yuma's not wearing the uniform of the organization known as Border. Now, I was really surprised, because if anyone was going to be a member of Border, I would have put my money on Yuma and not Osamu. But just because he's a member of Border and has this weapon known as a trigger, doesn't mean he's any less of a wimp than he was before. Because while he does attack the monster and manage to get the bully leader out of its mouth, he's pretty much helpless, as Yuma's little black friend points out. Yuma has this little black creature. It's strange. I don't know what it is. It's not explained yet, but he points out that he's not going to be able to stop the creature, and Yuma has to decide whether he's going to go into action himself or not. Now Yuma springs into action and activates his own trigger and proceeds to completely destroy the neighbor effortlessly, slamming him around, bouncing around like he's made of rubber, which, you know, his uniform kind of resembles. It's black. It's not like the Border uniform. It's like a black jumpsuit kind of sort of looks rubbery. Okay, so surely the fact that a kid just beat a giant monster to death is more than enough of the surprises for this chapter, but nope, not done yet. Because Yuma has a bombshell to drop on the audience. Yuma reveals that he got his trigger not from Border but from his father, so he's not a member of Border. That his father told him that if he ever died, that he was supposed to go find the leader of Border and that he would help him. Now, does that mean his father was a member of Border? No, because Yuma claims that he's actually from the other side of the gate, making him, you guessed it, a neighbor. Now, that's where the chapter ends, leaving you with a big enough cliffhanger that if you've read this far, you're coming back next week for sure. I have to say, I really personally enjoyed the beginning of this series. I thought it was original. I liked that it didn't waste any time in telling us what the story's going to be about. Introduced our main characters, introduced the neighbors. You got a little bit about the members of Border in the beginning. It set up everything really nice. I'm really looking forward to next week so I can get more character development on the part of Osamu and Yuma. Now, I'm interested to learn more about Border and these weapons they call triggers. Now, I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction that at some point Osamu will be paired with Yuma and he will also join Border. Just seems like the logical next step, seeing as how they seem to be the main characters, and this series is about the organization known as Border. Now, I read this officially, legally, not Scalation, in Weekly Shonen Jump, which is an online version now. It's not in print anymore. You really should read it there, and there's really no reason you can't. It's $1 an issue, which is $4 a month, or you can pay $25 for 48 issues, which is a yearly membership. Now that's pretty dirt cheap, $1 an issue, considering you can't even buy a bottle of water in a vending machine for $1 these days. Anyway, if you read the first chapter of World Trigger, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below telling me what you thought of the series so far, and are you excited about it? You're going to drop it and keep watching? You're going to keep reading it? Let me know. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you next time.